evening, everyone. It is Thursday and recording this now so I can upload it for Friday. Um, I had some great news the other day. I got an email yesterday from the coordinator for the market that I have Saturday, telling me that unfortunately they have to reschedule it and they are rescheduling it for the 11th of October. So that actually gives me some time before that event, but I do have one scheduled for the 4th. Um, so I have another week to prep and plan and everything for the 4th. And then the one that was rescheduled is the 11th. I don't have anything for the 18th or the other weekends in October, but I am pretty full. I think every Saturday I have a show, market, whatever you want to call it, in November, except for the weekend after Thanksgiving. Um, so I've been trying to be a busy little bee, and I've got a couple of things made. One of them I think is just adorable. And my husband was looking at me after I made it, and he was like, "You really like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's really cute." So I might make another one. It was a little labor intensive, but not really labor intensive. It was just a lot of additional sewing afterwards, which I'm really not that big on. Um, so what I was doing is I was going through my square to see what I was low with for markets, because I get the email every day, but I don't open it and check it out unless I've got something coming up in the future. So, but let's see where to start. I did, from last week's video, I did get the face put on Oogie. Just still procrastinating with getting the stitching around him. Um, but I will get that done before the next show. So I have his mouth isn't sticking here, so I'm gonna have to hot glue that down. I don't know why. But yeah, I think it looks a lot better than what I probably would have done with a needle and thread. So he's looking a lot better. I also have, I don't know if you can see, no, you can't. Um, yeah. Behind me is that pile of whips that are almost finished that I really should finish that have been sitting on my floor for probably a week and a half. And I just keep walking over them. So, oh well. Okay, so I know I had maybe about a week or not this Monday, the Monday before, um, in a live that I was watching, I had mentioned that I was going to do Crochet Grove's caterpillar in Halloween colors, and I did do that. I think it came out pretty cute. Um, this is done in Parfait Chunky, and I used a 4.5 hook. So yeah, just put on the eyes today. I didn't make these eyes. These ones I had bought off of Etsy. Um, the mouth I just, cut on my Cricut and, you know, so, but I think he came out really, really cute. So, um, I'm not making, see, I was going to make a bunch of Halloween stuff, but then I'm watching other creators and I'm watching their videos and they're like, oh, I don't want to be stuck with all this stuff for, um, a year. And I'm like, well, they got a point there. And then I was like, I was applying for shows in October, and I kept getting, oh, we already have a crochet person. Oh, we already have a crochet person. And I guess it's just part of me being new to the area, and I don't really know how far I want to travel. So I'm trying to stay within, maybe a 30 or 45-minute trip from my house. But I told my husband, I said, I don't know, we might have to expand it out to maybe an hour drive out to wherever the show is. And he was like, well, if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. Um, but so I did make stuff for Halloween, but I'm not really gonna go overboard since I only have 2 shows in October right now. Um, I think I'm gonna start focusing on fall because I have all of November is pretty much booked. I also applied for a show in December on the 13th, but I have not heard back from them yet. So fingers crossed that we get into that so we can get the ball rolling. So I don't think this is really considered Halloween, but it's kind of spooky, creepy a little bit. But I made 2 scrumps, and I got the faces off of Etsy. Um, I will link in the description box where I got them. And if I can figure it out on this new editing software that I'm using, I'm going to try and put over here a little screenshot of, the patterns that I used, and how much they cost, and, that kind of stuff. And if I have felt eyes that I used, which is, for these kind of designs, I just don't like doing it, but I will put down the Etsy shop that I got it from, or whether or not I got them, or I made the file myself, and we'll go from there. But this is the Madeline Mako scrump pattern, but I did it in Bernat blanket, so it came out bigger because I wanted it to be small, but not too small, and big, but not too big. So, yeah. So we got 2 scrumps for the show, and I kept seeing these on Instagram, and people were making them in their videos, and I thought they were just the cutest things, and the pattern is really easy. So this is a free pattern from Instagram for the little oogies, and I cut his face out of felt and went ahead, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made 5 of them, so they are all done. I think I might do 3 of them as a keychain and 2 of them just as um, little Halloween decorations on the table. And if somebody wants me to throw a chain on for, if I sell the other keychains, then I can do that at the show. I have also, I loved this from the minute I saw it. I thought it was so cute, and it is the voodoo guy. This is also from Madeline Mako. This, I followed it, just like I used the same yarn that she did. This is steel cut oats in chenille brights. I cut the button out of felt and just glued it on. Everything else is, stitched on, and it's really a cute size. I think I might make another one, but like I said, I don't want to get too crazy and have too much Halloween stuff left, because I just don't know what is going to sell in this area. But we'll see. So I got him. Um, And this is the one that I was telling you guys about, that it is just the cutest thing. And it is a little mummy man. Oh my God, he is so cute. His head is floppy, and I believe it's supposed to be that way. But all of this is, you make a chain of, I think it was 180, and then you just wind it on and you stitch it, and you wind it and you stitch it. The stitching around his head is a separate chain. I think it's like 80 or 75 or 80 chains long, and you do that around his head, however you want to do it. um, and and like I said, the other one is just, he's all stitched up, he's mummified. This is also chenille brights. This is whatever the cream color is, I think. um, and this is steel cut oats for him. And I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but whenever I look at a pattern and I'm like, okay, and I'm gathering everything that I need and I'm crocheting, and I get to the point where I'm putting the eyes in, it'll say, oh, I used, you know, 12 millimeter eyes, right? I have 12 millimeter eyes. I must be on a different plane of reality, because I put the 12 millimeter eyes in, and they don't look like the picture of, what it's supposed to look like. They always look so much smaller, and I have to size up. So these, I believe, are 16 millimeter. And I just think it looks so much better. It looks like the picture. And if I figure out how to do it, it'll be here. So this is, oh God, I cannot remember who did this. It's on Etsy. It is an Etsy pattern. So it is a paid pattern. And this is the same lady that did the duck that I did last week. The one that I wasn't too crazy about the coloring of him, but same designer, but cute as all heck. And you sew the arm. It's pretty much no sew, except for the head. You sew the head to the body, and that's it. You crochet the arms in, and then you have to, well, I shouldn't say no sew, I take that back, because you do have to stitch on all of the outer wrappings. But so cute. I don't even know if I want to sell them, but that's what I do this for, to make money. So that's really it as far as Halloween stuff. And then, like I said, I pulled up my my square, and I started going through alphabetically the items that I need. And I needed to make some of my chubby dinosaurs. And at first I thought it was the regular size chubby dinosaur, and it ended up that I actually needed my smaller chubby dinosaur. So I have one of my chubby dinos. It's not mine, but it is a, paid pattern again. Most of my patterns are paid, that I do. Um, got it off of Etsy. I will link it again in the description box. Um, but I do have two more of these, which now I have three. But this is cute also. And this is, I think, I'm not sure if I had to size up on the eyes again. But so we now have three chubby dinos, and I have three of the little mini ones. That this one is actually it's a YouTube video, and she has the pattern for sale. I think it's for sale, or it might be free on Ribbler. I don't really care for Ribbler, but it's where she had the pattern. I don't care for Ribbler because it's web-based and you can't save the pattern to your computer. You can't download it. You can't print it out and everything. You pretty much have to do it from the website. And if you don't have internet, then you can't access any patterns. So I have very, very few patterns from Ribbler, but got my little blue guy. I did do his spikes the same color as his body, because that's how she does it in her video. The spikes are sewn on afterwards, but I got a pink one, a blue one, and a green one. These two are Parfait Chunky, and this is some Big Twist Posh that I had. I made my husband come in here and I said, pick me a blue and pick me a green, because I have a tendency to not pick those colors when I make things. As you could tell from my pink and yellow chubby dinosaur. So he picked the green and he picked the blue. It was, oh my God, he was unbelievable with it. He was like sweating bullets. He was like, the world was going to end if he picked the wrong colors. But yeah, so we have 3 of those. And then I made another one of my little puppy dogs. This is, the pattern is from Poggy's Place. I noticed that it's a pattern, it's like a duo pattern. There's a cat and a dog. I have not made the cat yet. But I saw on her Instagram, I think it was today, that she had the little puppy and the little kitten, and she had like a little bed that they were sitting in. So I need to double check the pattern and see if the pattern for the bed is in it or if it's somewhere else, because I thought that was really cute to like maybe, sell them together and have the little puppy in the bed. So I have 2 of these. These are really quick, so I might make a couple more. Who knows? I say it now and it's going to be out of my head in 10 minutes. I made a little tiny froggy. I'm going to make it into a keychain because on my list I have that. I was using the little leggy froggy pattern, and I had one, and I don't remember if I sold it or not. It's just leggy froggies don't do good for me. People are just not into leggy froggies. I mean, I've done different colors, I've done green, I've done, but they are a no sell for me. But he's cute, and I think putting him on the little ball chain with the plastic clip, like a backpack buddy or a, back keychain, might work. This is the frog from Jade's swings. So I figured I'll just not make the swing and go from there. And then I decided to give it a try because I kept hearing Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet say that these were one of her best sellers, and I figured, why not? Let's give it a try. And I got the Chick in the Egg pattern. I went ahead and bought it, and I did buy some of the fur yarn. The only thing I'm gonna actually probably ever use it for is for the top of the little chickies. So I was really surprised how quick and easy this pattern actually works up. So I have one, I have two, and then I have two more chicks done that I have to do the eggs for, and I'm halfway done with making another yellow chick. So I have to make 3 eggs and finish the one chick that's on my hook. So I have the red fuzzy yarn. I got this off of Amazon. I will link it if anybody's interested. It's really soft. The only thing I'm going to use it for is for chickens, and we'll go from there. And then finally, I can't go one day out of the week without buying a pattern. Um, it's like a problem I have. I mean, because you see a pattern and it's like it's only $3, or it's only, it's on sale, or you put it in your cart in Etsy, and then the next day it's like, oh, you got sent a coupon to save 20% or save this, or oh my gosh, this is on sale. And so yeah, bought another pattern. And this was the final thing that I decided to make for Halloween. I was saying to myself, I was thinking about everything that I have for my displays and everything, and I wanted something big. So the pattern does not make a big item. It's small if you use regular like Parfait Chunky or whatever. But I had a skein and a half of the Bernat Extra, the really thick stuff, and what else am I going to do with it? So I made this guy. Um, I He's just so cute. I did the eyes. I cut the eyes out, and I cut the mouth out. And the pattern says to just use regular, tie a piece of yarn around them for that. But I went ahead and I chained, I think about 75 or so. This is Parfait XL. Um, and I just made that, and she, they is really cute, and I don't know if he's gonna sell, but it's gonna be a little, one of those things that attracts people into the booth, and I think he's the cutest thing. So, but yeah. So other than that, I am working on, because I was watching Crafty Sue the other day, and she was making pumpkins, and I figured I'd give it a shot. I'm easily influenced. So I went to the store, got some woolies. I've got one already crocheted, and I just need to watch the video again that she linked in hers and put it together. I have to, of course, I can't just buy one color. I have to buy 3 colors. So, and my husband keeps asking me, how's your pumpkin coming along? Oh, it's coming along great. Yeah. Doesn't even remotely look like a pumpkin. I might go back and watch Sue's video again, because she had said she had in her video that she got, instead of the cinnamon sticks for the stem, she had ordered 3D printed stems, which I thought were really cute. But I don't know. I might just go and get the cinnamon sticks and do that, depending on time and everything, and if the person who makes the stems even has any in stock. So so yeah, that is everything. We have our little friend over there. He's wrapped up like a burrito. And so I guess I should get started on this pile of stuff that's behind me and get that ready for the show that's coming up on the 4th. So I at least have another week to prep more stuff. So hopefully this one doesn't get rescheduled or canceled or anything like that. But all right, y'all. I know I always forget to say it, but if you like the content, go ahead, feel free to like and subscribe. And I will talk to you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.